So we start this episode off with Jiraiya informing Tsunade on the whereabouts of the Akatsuki leader. Location: the Hidden Rain Village. Now at first Tsunade wanted to advise a plan to where they could infiltrate the village using a team filled with Jonin, but Jiraiya had other plans in mind. Nah, I'ma do my own thing. His plan of action consisted of him sneaking into the village to acquire intel on the Akatsuki. Only if he knew he wouldn't get another whiff of coochie ever again. We travel over to the Rain Village and the first thing we witness is this random frog spit Jiraiya out from its endless throat muscle. Hey, this form of transportation is definitely freaky and questionable. But then again, Jiraiya stares at women as a 9 to 5, so we're not gonna ask too many questions now, are we? In the center of the village is Pain notifying Konan about an individual that just entered their domain, and also said that by what he can sense, that person is very strong. Jiraiya, come on bro, how are you gonna try to sneak into your op's home and not conceal your chakra? This is level 1 Genin type of mistakes. Lock in, huh? You'd probably think to yourself, okay, this is just one minor little error. It can't possibly be worse than this. 5 minutes later, he is posted up at a nearby strip club. You gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. You cannot be serious right now, bro. Hey, at least he got good taste. I know bro was a milkman like those. But anyway, Pain goes on to try to pinpoint where the intruder could be located, and in order to do this, he would have to temporarily stop the rain so that Konan's paper jutsu could go to work. And on the other side of the village is Jiraiya using these abnormal detective tactics to try and cough up some intel from the villagers. He started off by trying to tickle him to death, but they surprisingly held strong, and then Jiraiya turned one of them into a frog and the other one just started singing, bro, like where he is located, how none of the villagers have actually seen him in person. Nigga probably sprinkled in his social security number in there, who knows. After getting all that he could, he transformed into that same villager just to be safe. But remember when I told you about that jutsu Konan had activated? Yeah, they done caught this brother in 4K. She goes up to inform Pain on the whereabouts of Jiraiya, and Pain orders her to end his life. I ain't know they dealt with trespassers in such a manner. Like, jail time would have been cool too. While Jiraiya was strolling with his Party City costume on, he got rolled up by Konan standing on all type of business. He wasn't fooling no one, to be honest. Jiraiya quickly uses Katon Kaduri Jutsu, and if I'm not mistaken, paper hit by fire causes big boom. She is standing there without a single scratch on her. What kind of paper is she made out of? They start having their reunion dialogue because truth be told, Jiraiya used to train these 3 students back in the day, and from what he'd heard, they were all 6 feet under some dirt, so it was kind of surprising seeing her breathe right in front of him. Pain finally shows up and summons Mr. Krabs to attack him directly, but Jiraiya quickly uses his hair to separate every limb and have it vanish. And with that same hair, he strangles his body to get a better look at him. He finally realizes that the one with purple eyes is Nagato. He gets out pretty easily and summons a brain-dead frog. Like, bro, what is this? On the other side, Jiraiya summons Mr. Gamaken and tells him directly in front of Pain, by the way, that he needs to buy him some time because in order to go into perfect Sage mode, he can't release his hands until the seal is complete. I actually never understood this about anime. Like, you're trying to tell me that your opponent will be standing directly in front of you and you're just gonna announce your special move out loud. Like, you're giving a step-by-step guide on what you're gonna do next. What kind of sense does that make? So just like how you envision this fight to start, Pain summons another animal. This time it's 3-headed mutts that try to attack Jiraiya head on, but remember, he can't unseal his hands, so Mr. Gamaken gets to schmoving. I mean, he is weaving everything. Oh, and a little something about this summoning is that every time it gets hit, it multiplies. Imagine you take a nightly stroll and you see something like this in the distance. I don't even think running is an option. I might have to just start praying that it gets hit by a monster truck or something. Jiraiya ended up transporting all of them to the inside of this random toad's mouth to make them all vanish. Pain got more summonings in his back pocket though, because descending from the sky is this giant beaked bird and it gets a direct hit on Mr. Gamaken. But remember, Jiraiya can't unseal his hands, so he gets to attack sprint in the complete opposite direction. He eventually gets rid of it with his Katon Hadouari Jutsu, and yes, he finally has time to complete his Sage Mode transformation. Psych, nigga, I just lied all up in your face. He summons a rhino right behind the brother as a surprise attack. Like, bro, can he not just take a breather? God damn. Jiraiya voluntarily gets hit by the rhino because his transformation is finally complete. he could finally let go of his sticky gooner hands and actually fight. Coming out of this tunnel is Jiraiya, Gramps, and Granny, all ready to put hands on Pain. They immediately start getting to work by having Granny use her extendo tongue to spot where the chameleon could be hiding. Bro, why do they all got freaky ass moves? Gramps follows that up with a water pressure move to finish it off, and with Pain's rebuttal, he uses his summoning jutsu, god damn bro, to invite two Pains onto the battlefield, Wide Nose Pain #1 and Kitchen Pain. One of them instantly starts rushing at him, but Jiraiya delivers him a leg kick with some devious power behind it. He thought this Sage Mode shit was sweet. Someone gotta tell him the rod in his nose is crooked. All of them as a collective throw out a jutsu combined with fire, wind, and oil that creates a large wave. He's out here trying to make Pain stew, bro. Wide Nose Pain gets in front of the jutsu, takes out both hands, and absorbs the entire thing. Now at first the Toads didn't really understand what was going on at the time. They for real thought some witchcraft activities were happening. So Jiraiya was like, alright bet, and turned into a furry, then dashed at that same Pain with a Rasengan in hand. But just like that previous attack, he is sucking every bit of that jutsu up. Kitchen Pain tries to sneak Jiraiya, but Gramps threw down a smoke bomb and got snugged. This is the best Uno reverse I've seen in a minute, bro. Jiraiya goes for a punch, but he grabs it. Now as you can see, he is not locked on to the direction that punch was thrown from, which had Jiraiya question a little bit. What is really going on here? No, like actually, this brother is on all fours as a 60-year-old man. What is happening right now? Gramps figures it out and informs him that all of the Pains have a shared vision to where they could see what the others can't. And with that information, they all retreated to come up with a working strategy. After some unnecessary yapping, they ended up coming to an agreement that the best way to go about this is by using a genjutsu. So basically, Gramps and Granny have this genjutsu to where they radiate sound waves, and anyone within a close proximity that hears it gets trapped in it. Basically, if you don't got no earplugs, you are 100% cooked. They started the duet and all of the Pains could visibly see the sound waves, and they didn't know what it was at first, so they started exploring. If Scooby-Doo taught me one thing, it's that to not walk into no dark alleyway, especially, bro, they could literally see the genjutsu. Why are they running in there? Right when they were about to get their hands on Jiraiya, Wide Nose Pain realizes that the real one was actually in the walls, but it's too late because he sends a katon jutsu, and just like how he imagined, Wide Nose Pain is inhaling the entire jutsu, which leaves him occupied and the other two free. Jiraiya throws out another jutsu from the other side, and the only way to evade this is by jumping up to the ceiling, but the ceiling in disguise is gooey frog meat. Bro, why does everything they do actually just disgust me for some reason? With the last one standing, they complete the genjutsu and place him in a cubicle filled with dirty old swamp water, and don't even ask me how he can talk in there. This is anime at the end of the day. Jiraiya ends the suffering by using this fat machete to puncture all three bodies, which is perfect because Gramps and Granny got Gatorade symbols next to their name. They don't got it like they used to, bro. But it's okay though, because they could go home as they walk out this tunnel victorious.
Didn't you teach me never to let my guard down? Did you forget, Jiraiya-sensei?
And hits him with an attack so devious that it sends him back with half an arm missing. Better hope he not a lefty, cause ain't gonna be no more gooning after this. While looking up at the hole in the tunnel, they witness 6 individuals fly out of there that go by the name of the 6 Paths of Pain. Or what I like to call 6 Paths of Jumping, cause we all know what's gonna happen next. While staring at all 6, he couldn't help but think, is that you, Yahiko? The former student that he used to train back in the day, but something was a little different this time. He didn't possess no Rinnegan back then, and this causes Jiraiya mass confusion. He don't know what the hell is going on right now. They commenced the jumping all in unison, and I ain't gonna lie, if I was there, I would have used Gramps and Granny as decoys. I ain't finna get jumped like those, bro. Like, they wrinkly and stuff anyways, like they going, bro. They on their way out. Jiraiya instantly flash stepped to the main body Pain to put up some aura points, but this is a 6v1, ain't none much you can do, to be honest. Jiraiya had a couple questions for him, but Pain wasn't trying to hear none of it. He just grabbed him by his wrist and flung him at the wall as an alley-oop for Baldy Pain. They are sending AC-130s at this brother. He has no chance. Main body Pain almighty pulls a boulder at Jiraiya, sending him underwater, and this is where his home court advantage comes in handy. He teleported him to the inside of this toad surrounded by gastric fluids, and coming from around the corner is Jiraiya ready to blast this nigga with a Rasengan. I have never in my life seen someone trickshot a Rasengan before. Like, what is this? This had his body deep fried in some pure acid, so now you would think he's dead, right? Using his rod, he poked a hole through Jiraiya's arm and shoulders. I gotta respect it. This man said, I'm leaving here with something. While they were discussing if they should retreat or not, Jiraiya realizes that the pain that he just killed was a rogue shinobi back in the day, which had him really think for a little. He told Gramps and Granny to leave because he was gonna head back to the other pains to confirm a theory of his, but Gramps said, I ain't dipping on you, cut. What a real one, bro. He was actually willing to die beside him. I mean, it's not like he had much life left in him, but you know what I'm saying? It's the thought that counts. Jiraiya comes up from the water and has Gramps spawn in a shuriken so that he could throw it at them. Baldy Pain weaves it and summons all of the pains to surround him, but this is what Jiraiya wanted. He took a quick glance at each individual pain and realized that every single person that he looked at were shinobis that he's encountered before. This immediately clicked on who Pain really is. But it doesn't matter, because while he was realizing his opponents had jump no jutsu activated, some nigga appeared out of the water and slammed his throat to have him cough up pure blood. Then they finish up the alley-oop by dunking on his body with all of them holding rods to pin him down. This shit is getting worse as time goes on. Jiraiya summons the will to get up, and you would think this is just so motivational and amazing, but listen though. As they were getting ready to leave, this shit pisses me off so much. Like, you couldn't just lay down for a couple minutes longer. You would have been swimming in some milk right now, bro. With the information he just acquired, he wants to pass it on to Gramps, but he can't, because if you remember, Baldy Pain damaged his voice box with that Sneaky Nation move, so the only way to relay this message is by writing it on him. Right when he got done sending it, Baldy Pain sends a Mega Doom Fist Hellstorm aimed directly at Jiraiya. I'm pretty sure you can guess what happens next. These are the type of moments where it can make a thug cry, and I might have been one of them. No cap.